So, so see, as we have a kapha challenge and a weight challenge and everything, I want you to understand why kapha gets increased in the body. So there are 6 tests of the food in Ayurveda, and out of the 6 tests, sweet, sour, salt, pungent, bitter, astringent. Okay, so sweet, sour, salt increases the kapha in the body. And pungent, bitter, astringent. Can I have the book? Yeah. So pungent, bitter, astringent decreases the kapha in the body. Okay. So now, if we want to reduce our weight, if we want to get rid of some of the heaviness from the body, if we want to get rid of the accumulations of kapha or excessive fat accumulations and things like that, okay, you need to understand the taste of the food. Like sweet, sweet is more like earth. Write it down. The sweet taste has more of the earth and water. Okay, earth and water.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, sour has earth and fire, and salt has fire and water. Okay, so if you see this, kapha is made up of 2 elements.
Earth and water.
You got it, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now earth and water is the is kapha, right? But now if you see in the sweet taste of the food and fruits, sour taste of the food and fruits, salt taste of the food and fruits, and whatever we do with the with the salt, different variations of the salt, we are going to get more earth and water in the body. So if a person is a kapha person, having a kapha challenges, which is a huge kapha, huge body, huge weight, obesity, restrictions in the movements, too much weight, unable to walk, dyspnea, like unable to breathe, difficulty in breathing, joint pain, weight,
Joint pains, vata mostly though. Yeah.
no, but there is a shleshma kapha in it.
Yeah.
There is a kapha thing also is in the joint. So it's not only the vata. So the movement of the joint is happening because of the shleshma kapha, which is a subtype of the kapha in the joints. So it's not only vata. So this is where you need to think of which kind of fruits I should not eat. So banana is one of the best example to understand that it is a heavy and hefty fruit for a kapha people.
I don't like bananas very much, so that's
Okay.
fine with me.
Okay, so now I'm giving you example just to make you understand. Like for example, again, if you want to see the cakes and pastries and our cookies can be another example to see whether it is going to disturb the our main concept. Okay, so always stick with more to the pungent, bitter, astringent as much as you can. Make it a part of your food, and teas and drinks. What we are going to do, like a warm drinks or kadhas or decoctions, things like that. Okay, all right. So this is about the food concept. Now, what kind of fruit, the vegetables you should eat? So, which are pungent, bitter, and astringent, go for the asparagus, broccoli, artichoke. Do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Artichoke, celery,
I like celery.
yeah, then carrots,
Carrots.
yeah,
They're sweet, aren't they?
yeah.
But carrots are still okay.
Joint challenge. We are going through the joint challenges, so I'm thinking of that way also. Okay. Then you go for daikon,
Radishes.
yeah, turnips. Then you can also have dark green leafy vegetables. Ayurvedically, if we see for the weight challenge and management of the weight, there are certain things as per the dosha type. But first comes the dosha type, body type of the person. So daikon, turnips, dark green leafy vegetables, dandelion,
Yeah.
radish.
Yeah, that's kind of like daikon.
Yeah.
Radish.
And then out of the dark green leafy vegetables, you can think of doing kale, collard greens.
Arugula is kind of bitter, isn't
Yes, yes. Arugula. And here peppers are also good to break down the kapha. Pepper family. Maybe you can use of variations of pepper. But I will I will prefer more like pepper family, specifically black pepper, as much as compared to the other one. So black pepper will be the awesome to use.
it? So you're talking about the spice
Spice.
pepper.
Yes.
So when you say pepper,
But
do you also
pepper is
mean-
like hot peppers.
do you
Green pepper,
like bell peppers?
bell peppers.
Are those hot? Those aren't very hot. But bell peppers are.
But the seed,
seeds
so,
are.
so for your inflammation, the more of the
Eat the
inflammation, remove the seeds.
Remove the seeds,
Remove
right.
the seeds.
Yeah.
You don't eat the
Right,
seeds.
I
to,
don't.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So remove all that top portion
Yeah.
and put it in the garbage. We don't need that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then fennel is good.
I like
Dill,
fennel.
fennel.
So you mean the spice or eating the bulb, the fennel bulb?
Bulbs.
I like.
I love it.
I like.
Yeah, bulb is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you saute it properly and
Right.
cook it properly with the bulbs.
Sometimes I use. Sometimes I do. I don't saute vegetables. I roast.
Very nice.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But see, now think about it. Roasting. Do you use anything? How do you roast your vegetables?
Olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Olive oil, salt, and pepper. Okay. Will there be something like you would like to add this instead of the olive oil when you're
Yeah,
roasting?
yeah. I didn't have that. But,
Okay. Yeah.
So I have to melt it a little.
Yes,
and then-
melt it a little bit. Take the herbs from the bottom, because you have to get this from the
Right,
bottom, and then saute your vegetables into it. That will be more helpful. Okay.
So far, I haven't. Right before I came here, I went to the store and I bought a lot of raw vegetable. But we're not eating salads right now. So right.
Yes. So can I tell you one thing? How Ayurveda sees this thing? Is there something you would like to really know? Now understand your pain problem.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about your pain. Now you got the
You're
vegetables.
finished.
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt again.
Yes.
Okay.
So are you good with this?
Yes,
You got some idea about this?
Yeah.
So
Now,
then
I would eat a lot of this stuff raw, but you're saying don't.
I will say no raw to you. Raw equal to pain for you. And you have so much challenge with your body language and closing yourself and joint restrictions and
Right.
everything. So say bye-bye to your raw food. Because raw, you know the pathophysiology of raw in Ayurveda?
No.
Okay, I will show you this PDF first, and then we will go to the how Ayurveda sees the pain concept. Okay, with the food also. So, the management of the pain in Ayurveda is like depends upon where pain. Yatra yatra shulaha tatra tatra vayuhu. That means shulaha. Shul means pain. So whenever there is a pain in the body, there is a vata challenge in the body.
Right.
So yatra yatra shulaha tatra tatra vayuhu. So vata. Okay. Now you have pain from how many years?
decades.
1 decade, 2 decade, 3 decade, 4 decade. Almost 4 decade you have this pain.
At least 3.
3, 35, right?
Yeah, when I started
Started with the
having,
osteoarthritis.
but my back wasn't as, my other joints weren't as big of an issue
Okay.
till later.
So 3 decades. Let's
Yeah.
imagine 3 decades, right? 3 decades pain. Okay. So now, so okay, shula is the thing, and this shula is defined at the different places. It the same concept of pain. When it goes into the head part, it's called it as a headache. When it comes into the abdomen, it's called it as a abdominal pain. When it goes into this, we call it as a joint pain. When it goes into the
Back.
yeah. So every different body part, the problem pathology is same, but when we differentiate it, or we give the definition as per the location. That means the ama, just to give you example, the ama is traveling through the body, but when ama goes here, it is seen differently. When ama goes here, it is seen differently, like that. Make sense? So pain affects on every part, as per me, if I want to see it. Okay, so Ayurvedically, the main cause of this is aggravated vata, dryness of the vata. Okay, that's where you are hearing what sound? What do you call that sound in
You
your
said
knees?
popcorn, yeah.
Yes, popcorn is the easy word, but you call it as
Crepitance.
crepitance. Yes. And the porousness of the vata and the coarseness of the vata. So porousness, dryness, coarseness of the vata creates that kind of what you are experiencing. Got it?
Okay.
All right. And then if we want to think about vata, these are the qualities, the attributes of vata. You were asking me attributes. I am not unable to understand the attributes. These are few of the attributes of the how they affects.
Okay.
All right. So Ayurvedic management. In Ayurvedic management, the way we see what we are doing at the present moment is your maintenance by doing the cleansing program, and this is called it as a Panchakarma program, which we want to use that for your spiritual healing, health maintenance, and restoration. Okay. These are the therapies what we are doing on day-to-day basis, which is called it as a different Abhyangam, Svedana, the poultices massages, which we'll do later, not yet, you're not yet ready, so we'll do later on. These are the therapies, like different ways of doing it, and this I'm planning for today. Okay,
Which is
the third eye therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But let me see how whether you're more comfortable lying down on your back for longer hours. Okay, because you're with your weight challenge, it's so discomfort for you. You bend your knees, you support. So we do many different things. But I am feeling you might be like 5% ease. Maybe today is the 6th day. So in the 5 day, do you feel any change in yourself? A little bit change? Any observation? How are you feeling? That's the simple thing I can ask you. Any joint, the movement improved, the pain reduced, or I'm opening more, or my body is changing, or I'm shifting my weight, I'm feeling different.
I have less back pain, more shoulder pain.
Less back pain, okay.
Because we were doing all those.
We are working.
Like
that's a muscular pain, though.
Here.
Yeah.
In the anterior part of my shoulder, because that's where it's tight.
Yes.
And a little bit in my hands here.
So your back pain is the let's imagine this, because your back is one of the killing factor for you. But that's what you were telling me, that it's hurting so badly for you. So if your back pain was like 100% when you came on the day first, can you guide me a little bit, like maybe where you are with the percentage wise today?
Well, it wasn't hurting that much unless when I'm sitting, I don't have a lot of pain. It's when standing, it's when I have
Just
the
simple. Just maybe out of 100.
making up these numbers has never made sense to me. Okay.
10%, 20% reduced, 1% reduced, anything. Whatever you're feeling.
Say 20 then.
20%? No problem. Perfect. Let's go.
And then my knees are not hurting when I sit either. But
So,
but when I and they don't really hurt. My knees don't hurt that much, except, like when I was trying to do like that variation on the warrior pose. Part of the problem is I don't have confidence that my knee is going to support me. It's not that it's hurting, it's just all this cracking, and I'm afraid it's going to be unstable, but it's a confidence issue partly. It isn't, it is pain somewhat, but it's also just lack of,
that's
All
right. So nutrition we are talking.
Right.
You got the nutrition part of it, how to manage your pain. Now these are the things, doc, you need to understand that Ayurvedically we are doing the best for you and for your problems.
Right.
This is where I would like to see you later on, not today, tomorrow, but there are certain things I would like to use for opening up the channels and cleansing the abdominal part, because you're holding, considering you at the present moment, your center of the body is the challenge for us. The front as well as back.
Yes.
Front as well as back. Okay. Pranayama we did some of the
Right.
breathing techniques. We did
Alternate nostril breathing.
yes, Nadi Shodhana we did 1:1 or 4:4 depending upon whatever your practice is. Then we did mantras. We did many mantras. We did chant. So we are doing all the support you healing approaches also along with our detox and cleansing program. In 5-day program, you lost 5 pounds. I'm looking few more pounds in our whole.
It will be, yeah.
In the whole.
At first, it was mostly water, I think.
Yes.
From sweating.
Yes. Now it will be the body cleansing will be happening. So maybe in another today is the 6th day. Until the 14th day, I feel like maybe you will lose another 5 more pounds. I feel, but I really don't know how your body will help you to get rid of some of the toxins from you. So pranayama, we did many of this. This we are practicing. And we are using the chanting meditation for you. So the Ayurvedic aim is to eliminate the toxins. That's exactly what it was happening for you yesterday. Elimination. But in this elimination, your vata, so this is a peripheral. So the congestive vata, which is obstructed into the channels, that was getting released.
So that was a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Even though it didn't feel too good, it was okay.
No.
So what I was wondering is when
Yes.
we talk about
Yeah.
the diet here to
Yes.
reduce kapha,
Yeah.
do I also have to
No worries.
reduce vata?
Yes, ma'am.
So then both of those things have to be done at the same time.
Yes, ma'am. So
And
here
increase pitta a little bit.
Yes. Here we are going to use the smartness. So whatever I will be telling you, I will be thinking of vata as well as I will be thinking of kapha. We do not want to increase the increase the kapha, but at the same time we want to nourish the vata, which is very aggravated, and remove the aggravated.
I don't.
What do you want?
So then, where's that list?
Okay. So elimination.
Decreasing vata would be sour, salty, or just those two?
So at the present moment, because you have to think of kapha as well as vata, because they share some qualities together. So we'll talk about that later on. Okay. but this food is good for you to start and begin with.
Right.
Okay, we are going to do some massages around the joints on the daily basis. That
Right.
will be your habit and ritual you are going to create for
Right,
yourself. That is where we are going for vata.
Right.
Okay,
So-
vata is and through the yogasana, what we will be practicing and doing and chanting and meditating on, that is all going towards the vata.
So don't worry about the diet part for the vata.
Yeah, at the present moment. Okay, understood, doc? All right. So this is where many different things we need to understand as joint restrictions. Joint. See, you are like closing yourself with so many things as you have so much restrictions
part of the
and
problem is-
range of motion.
Right.
I
Part
see
of
your
is
range of motion
Not
is
good. Yes.
see not good. Instead of that, I want to talk in the percentage wise, so that when I will see you in the follow-up, it's easy for me to connect with you. Not good, not bad, we know it.
Right.
But whether we are going from 100, our pain reducing, or 100, the pain became 200, that's where we need to understand the body. Okay, so understood this concept? So you got the vegetables, you got the grains, you got the fruits. What else is remained?
How do you feel about dairy and eggs and stuff like that?
Okay.
I don't eat. I do eat eggs every so often, but not. I haven't since I've been here. But
So, doc, Ayurvedically, if you
well,
want
this
to,
is dairy. Yeah.
yeah, but that is a total different concept. There are so many sanskaras on it, transformations we have done,
right.
and we are using many herbs to calm down that effect and nourish the body. So, dairy Ayurvedically is not really a best option for the kapha person.
Okay.
Okay, but and again there people many times talk about oat milk, almond milk, blah blah blah.
It's very sweet. A lot of it too.
It's something like we need to understand.
It's very processed. Also.
I don't want to talk about that today. And you are a doctor, so you know where we are going with the neurology and all of that. So it's not really.
So no dairy except this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just write it down.
Okay. No, understand. You are getting the logics, right? If you remember these logics, you will be doing very good for yourself, But that doesn't mean like, if you want to really do the dairy, in your case, I will ask you to boil like the way I boil the milk.
I don't drink
Not from the
cow's
fridge,
milk.
not from the microwave. You had to literally boil on the hot pan on the stove top. Boiling point. After the boiling point, simmer it off, steam it, and then boil another minute or two.
So you're talking about cow's milk?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes. The cow has a very different ritual in the Vedic culture, the philosophy and everything, as it goes 99.99% close to the human psychology is the base of the cow in Ayurvedic and Vedic culture.
So none of those nut milks, just cow's milk.
Nut milk,
Like
I don't.
almond. All that
From how? Tell me one thing. You are from here, right? You are 72-year-old. When did this market came for our nut milk and oat milk and almond milk?
Fairly recently.
How recent?
I don't know.
5 years, 10 years? Not more than that? Why we have the trends coming up for us? Different trends, different times. Okay, now bring something new. Now smoothie concept. Now this concept. Now that concept.
Well, there's a lot of stuff about gluten, but most people are not sensitive to gluten, but they believe they are.
And gluten, you have to cook it very properly, doc. Like the way the grains has to go in the body. Every lentil, wheat, they have some coatings around it, right? That has, if you cook it properly and if you make it properly and if you chew it properly and if you have a good digestion, key is digestion. Routines, rituals, body rituals, nothing bothers to the body as per If when
Right.
your Agni is very good.
Right.
Agni, your fire within you has to be very good, not to bother these things bother us. But we have no routine, we have constipation, we have so many toxins inside, and then we wake up, we don't even do the brush, we start eating.
Yeah, genetically modified food too.
And then on top of it, called adulteration in the food and modified food, all of this, and
Processed food.
and then chemicals. Then where will you save yourself? It's always you have to think before even you put something in your mouth.
And I do. So boiled milk.
If you boiled it,
Yogurt?
and in your case, I would love to boil it with the nutmeg. Are you allergic to nutmeg? Nutmeg, cardamom, okay, and turmeric. And you can, and for you, you
How
can.
much do you put in?
I will tell you. So, so if you are doing 1 cup of the milk, okay. If you are doing 1 cup of the milk, just imagine, okay. So 1/4 teaspoon of the turmeric, okay. 2 pinches of the nutmeg, and 1/8 teaspoon of the cardamom, and 2 pinches of the black pepper.
Yeah, you need that for the turmeric, right?
Got it? So this is the way I would like you to have your milk if you would like to go with the milk.
And you use full fat milk?
See, Doc, after looking at all this milk industry,
I know.
I came up with some simple logic for myself.
Just whole milk, right?
Easiest way,
Yeah.
less processed.
Right.
That's how I think.
I agree.
The less chances, not to removing all the fat and getting through the process and process and coming to the skim milk. Oh my God, I can't even imagine for myself. So, and then I have another one more logic for that because our state doesn't allow the local milk, right?
Right.
And South Carolina allows it. So people goes to South Carolina and buy their 3-week milk or 4-week milks. I don't do that also. I just go simply to the Trader's Joe. I will always look for the less expiry.
Right.
Something which
do
will
too.
expire faster, I will go there.
Really?
Because chances of having too old food is not there.
Oh, you mean go... I tried it when I buy anything in the store that's fresh.
Yes.
I go
Yeah.
to the back,
Yes.
find the date that's farthest away from today.
That's the same
Yeah.
thing I do.
Right.
That's the same thing I
So
do.
you don't take it off the front. You go to the back. You know.
You have to be just smart
Yeah.
enough to look around. But that is, and I go to so I don't look for 3-month expiry, 2 months expiry. I look for, okay, today is the 10th. Is it expiring on 16th? I will buy that because I have only 5 days with connection with that food, and I will not store it for longer period of time. I'll go again and I will buy fresh again. I'll go again, I will buy fresh again. So because new stock will come up, as they will finish, they will bring the new stock, and then it's easy to get the lesser one. So
I have not used cardamom much. So
but are you allergic?
ground. No,
I don't think so.
No, I'm not allergic to anything.
That's so good. How lucky you are.
You know, the only thing I've ever had any allergic reaction to was synthetic stuff like
Okay.
drugs and volatile oils that are chemicals, but not food. Yeah.
You're lucky. Okay. So this is the one thing you need to understand about the milk. So now for kapha, okay.
What about yogurt? No
Okay, hold
yogurt?
on. So this milk, if we have 1 cup of milk, okay, maybe you take like 70% of the milk and 30% of the water.
Diluted.
Dilute it. Because you are working too much towards your weight, you have so many things dealing with you on the daily basis. Either go 50-50 until you get used to it, start with 70-30. Right? Now, yogurt. Right? Now, yogurt, do you make your yogurt?
No, I buy unsweetened Greek yogurt. No,
And
no sugar, no fruit, no nothing. Just
No preservatives?
I try to look on the labels to see what.
So yogurt is a very simple thing to do. If you really want to do, it's very simple. I think one of my video has it. I don't know. Just look it into the module 1 and module 2 on my website, which there. I think I have done that job already. I have showed how to make the yogurt in that module 1 or module 2. Yeah. So it's not too hard. You have to have some milk at home and some culture, active culture. You have to warm, let it cool, room temperature, or in the winter a little higher temperature because the it doesn't multiply very easily, the bacteria. And then culture the mixture, dilute the mixture, the yogurt culture, and mix it. That is the way you make the yogurt. 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. It happens in summer 4 hours. In winter maybe a 1 day, overnight.
Where do you get the culture?
I will give it to you. I have it.
So.
Okay.
I'll look up how to do it. So you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on the
You
video.
got it? So yogurt, if you really want yogurt, the concept of yogurt is it's a mucousy food.
Right.
It is cold from the fridge. So if you make the yogurt, eat it within the 4 hours is the sattva concept. Again, whether you want the rajasic or tamasic, choice is yours.
Fresh. Okay.
Eat fresh. And that's
Sattva.
sattva.
Yeah.
You have to always think about your sattva for you, because you have fear and scare and less confidence and many challenges on emotional level going here and there.
Well,
Your
sattva.
mind is yes. Yeah. Yes.
Right.
So doc, yogurt is mucousy. It is if it is a fresh, I will prefer making the buttermilk 1:6. One bowl or 1 glass of 1 cup of the yogurt raised to 6 water. Okay. So yogurt.
1 cup of yogurt.
1 cup of yogurt
to
and 6 cups or 4 to 6 cups of the water
water. Okay.
with 1/4 teaspoon of ginger
Oh.
and 1 fist of the cilantro.
A fistful of cilantro.
Yes. Okay. And then a pinch of salt, 1 or 2, or maybe if it is 6 cups of water, maybe 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. Just enough for the taste. And if you do the buttermilk out of this will be more helpful. And 1 teaspoon of cumin. Cumin.
Teaspoon of cumin. So where's the buttermilk in this?
So this all becomes in the blender. It becomes the buttermilk. So you put everything in the blender,
Okay.
and then you blend it like the way you do the smoothie. This is where you are going to find your buttermilk. Generally, in the Vedic culture, we do it with the wood stick, which has like a kind of edges at the bottom. But here, your NutriBullet will work better for you.
So this becomes buttermilk.
This becomes buttermilk.
All right.
Okay. And this is something more healthier for your colon, alkaline form of it,
Okay.
gut healthy,
Right.
gut friendly, and brain friendly.
So you put in cilantro and cumin,
Yes. Cilantro, cumin, ginger.
ginger.
Because our aim is to get the best out of the yogurt. But we do not want to increase the kapha. So you have to think many different aspects.
Right.
Because your challenge is different, your body type is different, you want to eat this, something related with the dairy, then you have to nullify or
Right. I was just
dilute.
thinking cumin and cilantro are basically the same thing, right? One is dry, one is
No, cumin and coriander. That is, cilantro is a coriander.
Coriander.
Yes.
But isn't cumin coriander?
No, cumin is different. Coriander.
Okay.
Cumin is that long thingy,
Right.
which looks like a fennel seeds.
Okay.
Coriander is like a small bubbly things, like circular things.
I always thought cumin and coriander.
I
were
will
the
show you
same.
some of the spices.
Yeah, okay.
I will show you. I
Right.
will show you. Got it?
Yeah.
So good enough to understand your vegetables, pain management in Ayurveda,
Okay.
and the
so
practices.
I didn't do anything wrong. It's just
No, you didn't do anything wrong. Your body is
my
just
body
releasing
just,
the
even
toxins.
this morning I've been sitting here kind of you know.
That means your vata is also coming from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever the way your body wants to get rid of, that is where you are feeling all of this what you felt yesterday. Okay,
Okay.
all right. And I saw you walking today. You were walking a little
Better?
bit better.
I'm trying to remind myself. I need to get bracelet or something.
For
Well, just to remind myself to walk.
bracelet.
You know, like I usually
You have something like this at home, you
I
said,
do.
right?
I do.
Malas.
I have.
Maybe you put your mala.
Okay, I can wear it around my neck.
So,
okay.
yeah, mala always goes only in the top part of the body. Never ever put in the legs and
Right.
around your waist. It's not a fancy thing to
Right.
use like that way, you know.
But
Because I
around the
have
neck is
seen,
okay?
yeah, around the neck is okay, around the hand is
Wrist,
okay when you
yeah.
practice it around the wrist and around the neck.
Okay.
Okay, but it should not go to the lower body part. Okay, all right.
So where's lower start?
Genitals.
Okay, so not so above
Yeah,
there. So
because-
like if you put this around your neck, it's only
Perfect.
that's okay. Okay, so because I have a stone one and a
Yeah.
Bodhi seed.
Yeah,
not this kind
it's
of
not
seed.
the anklet, it's not something
no,
a
no.
fancy thing like I see in my clientele. And then I see some of the clientele, Devi, like the goddesses on the back, on the genital, around the genital, they have fancy things with the god and goddesses. They don't know, they just don't know the concept. And then when I talked all these things, they were like, oh, we didn't even know this, doctor.
disrespectful,
It's disrespectful for
That's right.
they don't know. People who are making the tattoo, they also don't know these concepts. So it's not about that. It's just like a wrong place and wrong time.
Because I've made bracelets, but they're not. They're usually stones or they're not. You know how a lot of these things you can buy have all the little charms attached with the Om symbol and no, but so there's okay.
So
the other thing is the okay. Go ahead.
the very important thing, what is the purpose of this life, or the four goals of our life, is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma means whatever the religion we have. You as a neurologist, that was your dharma. You as a pathologist, that was your dharma. My dharma is like what I'm doing with you, right? So this is our major thing. Earth means something what we earn to do, and karma and moksha. So our main aim of the life is to reach to the salvation, liberation, like the zero balance. Remember that zero balance.
Dharma Dhatu release, yes.
Dharma Dhatu release, okay. But to achieve this, the journey of Ayurveda is very important. If you want to reach to this part of salvation or liberation, you want to liberate yourself, then Ayurveda is the key for you to achieve what you want to achieve in this life. And for that, there are 3 pillars of life in Ayurveda. Your diet, which is called it as a ahara, your nidra, which is called it as a sleep, and the third, brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means retaining and preserving your reproductive tissue, the essence of life, your tissue.
Mine are gone.
No,
I had hysterectomy.
that's not the only thing. That's not the only thing how Ayurveda says. It's a dhatu. We are talking about dhatu. Okay? That is one part. That is a one indication. One place. Okay? All right. Then the best in Ayurvedic culture is maintain the homeostasis of the body. That is where we always talk about the pitta concepts in the body. And we talked about this is like a sharira atma indriyartha, mana atma sharira indriyartha sanyogi is the life. So that's where you need to think of that your fear and scare and confidence and all of these are going somewhere towards your mind concept, okay? Ayurveda and modern science, you are modern, I am Ayurveda, we know the differences for us, so
Right.
we don't need to talk about any of this here. But understanding your health status, where you are, and then your disease, what the challenges are, and then that's where we are trying to do the body work therapies for you. Okay, the Panchamahabhutas, what we talked, the 5 elements. This is how the Vata, emotional energy, kinetic energy, Pitta, chemical energy, and Kapha, the solid part of you. Okay, this is where genetics comes in, and genetically we talk about Prakriti concept, who you are, what is your Prakriti. And
But how
Prakriti,
can you tell
okay, let
what
me
is that, the genetic, what you were born to be versus what I am now, which is messed up now? So how do you know what
so
the
Ayurvedika,
Prakriti is?
yeah, in Ayurveda, this is not only you. This is a gift from your parents, like
Right.
this genetic.
But how do you know? Like everything's out of balance.
Yes.
So what is the true?
That's what we learn. I will explain that
Yeah.
later. Let me finish this
Okay,
first.
sorry.
Okay. So genetically determined relative proportions of the doshas within you. Okay, the normal range. This is a physical and this is a mental. Okay, physical, mental, sharirik, manasik. This is where we talk about the things. And then there are 7 types of the Prakriti. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are the mono, solo. Vata, Pitta, Pitta, Kapha, dual. And then Tridoshik. Okay, 3 doshas together. Okay. So we'll not talk about the typical Vata person, typical Pitta person, typical Kapha. But Sattva, Raja, Tama. This is a Manas Prakriti.
Right.
And this is where you were suffering a lot. A lot. Your challenge is majorly your Rajas and Tamas on the mental aspect of your body.
Yes.
Got it? And you changed recently in last 2 months. You are not eating the meat and all other things. But before, you used to do everything, right? Okay. So, Sattva, Raja, Tama. So, on the mental aspect, okay, our Rajas and Tamas. Did you see how we are looking, how the mental takes over on the physical? Is like what we have here. Okay, so there are different sattva. Sattva is more like the sattva is like more like a pure and clean and balanced and courteous to elders and like a knowledge, clarity. Rajas is more like a kind of strong, intellectual, but very fast acting, result oriented. And tamas is more like a darkness, inertia, and it's very perverting and malicious, confused, dark, very dark. Okay, so mental characteristics, we'll talk about it later, but this is where the diet, your sleep, and your regulated sex, that is a brahmacharya. But again, like preserving the reproductive tissue, I will talk about that more in our modern world. Lifestyle, your lifestyle was very different. You were working like how many hours a day?
12 or more.
12 plus hours, right? That's as a profession.
When I was working, I haven't been for 9 years.
Yes, but when you were working, this is all with our. This is not a one-day show. Whatever happening today on my body is a collection of what I did until now, how I behaved, what I did, what I offered, how was I living my lifestyle, what was my way of living, what was my routine. That all contributes in Ayurveda for your current condition. That is called it as a Vikruti. This is our Vikruti. Prakriti is where you were with your birth. Okay, so Vata, always anxious to eat.
Anxious to eat?
Because Vata is very restless, right? You know, the air is always like something which is constantly moving. This is where we see the Vata and Pitta and Kapha. Pitta is a little bit different. Kapha is like a more like a heaviness, supposed to be. Kapha is more like a specifically when you're a kapha person, it's more like a kapha doesn't really generally suppose not to feel really hungry in the morning time, because they are very coffee means they already have more water and earth in them. So eating a huge breakfast for kapha person is a big toll on the stomach, a big challenge on the physical body. And we did that for many years.
Well, it's a habit.
It's a habit. That's what I said.
Right.
Yeah. So good habit and bad habits, right? So
Well, in Western culture, eating breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? That's what people say.
that's so true.
I know. But that's
And Ayurveda says you eat when you are hungry.
right.
You drink when you are thirsty. You because pitta person cannot skip the breakfast. He will be agitated. He will be so angry. That's why I ask you all these questions when we do the consultation, right? How do you feel when you skip the food? How do you do when you are like this? All these questions comes for some reason in Ayurveda.
As I say, I don't find fasting to be difficult
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah.
Yes.
once I get over the initial few hours.
Yeah. So so as we just talk, like different test has different elements and different test provides different satisfaction. So the sweet taste is the satisfaction of the sensory organs. Okay. The sour taste is refreshing to the sensory organs. Okay. So sweet taste is more like a satisfaction, and sour is more like a refresh. Salt is like helping to enhance the digestion. Okay. The pungent is more like a hot, potency hot food. Okay. Bitter is light and cold, and astringent. Okay.
Is
Slower kind of digestion, like light digestion. It takes a time. Okay. So when we are eating, this is where I want you to think of Prakriti type. You are eating as per the Prakriti, you are eating as per the taste of the food. Then you are understanding your doshik combination, which is your Prakriti, method of preparation, what you are learn through my module 1 and module 2, which is on my website, which I created with a different, one soupy form, one ricey form, one porridge form, some different variations. So you can think and create from your chart, which you have now. Are you understanding what I'm teaching here and how it is going to help you in the module 1 and module 2? And then emotional effect. This you will be working on, because I know on the day first you told me that I eat because I'm upset and I'm bored and I'm painful and I'm this. So now we are not going to do any of that. You're going to eat when you're really, your body is talking to you. Hey, I need something. Until then, you're keeping your mind busy. You're doing good things for yourself. You're walking around inside the house and chanting all these mantras, what we learn, meditating. You're doing so many things. Now you're going to keep your mind busy in a good way. Okay? You're not just going to eat because you're bored. Then environmental. You have beautiful house. I think environmental is not a challenge for you. Okay? Time and quantity. We talked about the time. No. Proper timings of eating, proper timings of sleeping, proper timings of doing the things with your challenge that we discussed already in last 5 days. Quantity. This is your quantity. This much. Food is the quantity. This is meant for us.
right. So when you're talking about
whatever comes here is the food, what we should.
Soup or something that's liquid.
So there are different variations food. Okay, so food, semi-solid, liquid, semi-liquid. Liquid food is meant for the either old geriatric or the babies.
Right.
We are adults. We still have good teeth,
Right.
right? You know, like people in surgery and people in coma, people in this and that. You understand all of that, right? That's where the liquid concept comes in. Why do we have a teeth? That is the base. So you have to eat the food which is solid form for us, not too liquid, unless it is a warm liquid or soupy form. That's where soup is a little bit better than the just a liquid concept. Okay.
But when you're talking about quantity, like
Quantity just
solid food this
so
much.
no, hold on.
Okay.
So quantity, I know where you're going. I know what you're going to ask me.
How do you measure soup?
Okay. So forget about that. This is this is your stomach. Okay. You eat the 75% of your stomach filling and don't keep it empty 25%. How about that?
You have to guess. Okay. What does that feel like? Okay.
Not so if I'm going to eat 5 oranges, just for example, then I will eat only 3 oranges. I will keep 3.5 oranges. Maybe if I tempt a little bit more, 1.5, I will let it go. I will have that ease on my fire, the Jataragni, and then it will take care from there. Because you are giving enough space, the first element. Are you understanding? See? So you have enough space to churn,
Right.
mix,
Right.
dilute,
Right.
digest, have all the chemistry done. Let what are the juices, gastric juices we talk in the modern science. They are also in the liquid form,
Right.
right? Let them come and have the action on this. Okay, good. And then quantity we talked. So this is the dietetics for you.
This I'm still not clear on.
How much?
So soup, because it's mixture of solid components and liquid. So you eat more? How do you? This is like solid food this much, but
You always remember you have challenge
is it
with the
based
kapha.
on
Hold on. You have a challenge with what? Kapha. What is kapha? Which elements?
earth and water.
Then what should you think?
Don't eat water.
Don't eat too much of earth and too much of water.
Right.
What did I tell you on the day 1st or 2nd? Dark. Boil your water. Did we talk about that yesterday also?
Yeah.
We are thinking a lot about the earth element. We are thinking a lot about the water element for you.
But you've been giving me soup every day.
That is a cleansing time.
Okay.
Because you are having some body work.
Okay.
So that is where the replenishing part or refueling part is coming up. But when you are eating, you should not drink like 2 liters of water or 1 bottle of water at one time.
I can't.
Okay? Sip, sip, sip. You become like a sparrow for yourself rather than the rhinoceros for ourselves. Are you understanding the just animal basis how we can see? Be light to yourself, but enough. You should not be too excessive, and that's where Ayurveda teaches you the mind, the body, connection, your awareness, your mindfulness. You cannot get these things from, hey, I'm watching and eating, hey, I'm doing, I'm cooking and watching, hey, I'm talking and cooking. No. Presence, your 100% connection, your 100% mindfulness rather than the mind-freeness. What do you call that? Mindful
Distraction.
and mindless.
Mindless. Or
Mindless.
Distracted.
Yeah. Distracted. Yes. Got it, Doc? Good enough.
Okay.
And this is the way I think you have good habits of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep doing this. Forget about dispensation. I don't think you have a lot of challenge with your sleep, but you said you had a history of
depends on
sleep deprivation. You mentioned it to me.
Well, when I was a resident, yes.
From that time, right? From the medical school.
For that, and that went on for 10 or 12 years, you know.
But I also see some of the doctors who comes, they have that rotation kind of thing.
Right.
I'm so surprised, like I don't know, where is that day and night concept? I really, sometimes it's hard for me to guide them.
I know.
Very hard, because our concept doesn't suit in that occupation.
Well, they're workaholics too. They, you know, work many hours. Like when I was working, I would go to work and I would sit for many hours, sometimes 10 or 12 hours. But I would get up to go to the bathroom, I would get up to go to get something to eat, I would bring it back to my desk, and I would eat while I was working. And
so there is no
and then-
connection with the food.
no, it's just mindless eating.
And
then-
this is not only with you also, Doc. Even I see that in our culture.
Right.
Maybe only, I think the school kids are only looking at the food and eating because their teachers are not allowing them on the table.
Right.
But the rest of the world, I think in our culture, specifically the IT people I see, they're always eating next to
It's
work.
because they work all the time on their computers, yeah. When I was on call at night, when I was a resident, you never knew when you were going to get called. So when you had a chance to eat, you ate. And I ate very fast because you didn't know if you were going to have a code, you're going to have an admission you had to go see, you had to go to the emergency room. You know, you didn't know. If you're working in the intensive care unit, you don't know what's going to happen. So if you have a moment of peace, you eat, and you eat fast. You know, and then because you're in the middle of the night, you're awake, what's available? What's in the machines?
Oh, the machine food.
So like sodas, chips, crackers, candy, that kind of stuff, because that's what's in the machines. Unless you think ahead and you bring food with you. But when you're exhausted, because there were times when I was so tired, when I was driving home, I would fall asleep at the stoplights.
Oh my gosh.
So as soon as I was waiting, I even got pulled over by the police for that a couple of times. You don't have your headlights on. I'm sleeping in, you know, as soon as I was at the stoplight and I was waiting, I'd be asleep.
Oh my
So, and now this isn't true of my more recent life, but there was this long period of many years where
habit changed.
It was very stressful, you know, and this is the accumulation of a lot of stress. And then when I became finished with my training, I had all these habits, and I just kept, you know,
going
okay,
with the habits.
I gotta eat, so I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna sit at my desk and work, and I'm gonna eat while I'm working. And then, you know, going home, you eat while you watch TV or you read the paper or you're you know, doing something, because you want to waste time, so you got to eat while you're doing something else, you know.
It's so hard to teach this concept to my own kids,
Right.
because my kids, I every day I have a fight. It's like, you know, a fight means literally a third world war.
Take away their phones from them.
No, not the phone.
TV?
Book. No. Only books. They're not into TV and phone.
Well, that's good.
But I'm eating, and I was like, please guys, keep your book down. Hey, please. But this American mentality of my kids, what's wrong in that, Mom? Am I watching TV? No. Let me read now.
But then you're reading and you're just
exactly,
mindlessly
and that is a mindless eating. That's where I know what you are feeding me. I know the taste of the food. I know what I am eating. They will answer all my questions.
No,
but
the
the
problem
connection and the
is-
gastric juices and the reading, you know, with one wrong negative energy, your stomach closes for 3 hours. That's what my guru used to always 100 per times tells us. Don't do anything which can make your stomach go into the spasm. It takes hours and hours and hours to open up that thing. But I fell there.
So, like, one of the things I used to do is I like to do puzzles. So I would get the newspaper, tear off the puzzle page, and I would be doing crossword puzzles.
Yeah, while eating.
Sudoku, and I'd be doing that while I'm
Eating.
And then
yes.
when you eat, and without looking at what you're eating or doing anything, and then if you eat fast on top of that, you eat more than you need to eat.
I know.
Because you're physiologically not. You haven't responded to satiety at all. Feeling full.
Yeah.
So you end up eating more.
Yes, and
'cause
that
you
is
don't
what
feel
happens.
Full.
Yeah, and this one-fourth quarter,
Right.
this is where we mess up.
Right.
This is exactly what happens, and that's where I know theoretically though they know, my little one knows Ayurveda. Practical implication is a little hard for them.
So if they're reading their book, they're going to be eating more than they need to eat, apart from not paying attention to the food.
And that's where I feel like this concept has to come to in our society as a mass, not one person change. We have to do the cumulative, accumulative work here.
Right. One of the things I liked in Dr. Laud's book was he said
Recitement.
food, anything you take into your body, whether it's food or anything else, is metabolized and it's turned to consciousness.
Yes.
So food is consciousness. And you want to metabolize it efficiently to turn it into consciousness. And every cell is a center of awareness.
Yes.
Right. So if you're not paying attention, then you're not going to
Cellular
take in all the things you need to take in from the food. It won't be metabolized
because
properly.
the concept is the mana or the consciousness. The mana is a formation from the Annamaya Kosha. So to reach to the Manamaya Kosha, you have to have a good Annamaya Kosha, because my mana hai Annamaya asta. That means your mind is made up of from the food sheath. That is what the Koshic healing is.
Right.
Yeah. So everything is so interconnected, and this is where when sleep is deprived, your kapha is going to go increased in the body. That's what you did for many years. So it's a occupational hazard, lifestyle disorder for you, what you created over the period of time. So we cannot go back. Wherever you are, let's work on top of
Yeah,
it.
and the other thing the thing that usually causes sleep deprivation for me now is if I have pain. If I'm not, like I have all these pillows on my bed, and I even have one of those body pillows so I can put between my knees, and like with my shoulders, I'm used to sleeping like this, hand, everything
Closing.
like that. So these body pillows, I'm trying to not squeeze my shoulders so tight. So, but I wake up in the night either because I have to go to the bathroom or pain. That's what, now because I don't have a schedule, I don't have to go to work, I don't have, my beeper isn't going to go off or whatever, so.
Okay. So you got this, Doc?
Yeah.
Everything you understood, Doctor?
Yeah.
Good enough? Yeah. We'll talk about this later. I have to work. I had to give you 2 yoga poses today. So that yoga poses I would like to include into your today's session.
Okay.
So I would like you to walk around and go on the wall there. So we will do, you know the wall exercises, your wall yogasanas. Our things. I'm going to show you 2 variations today, and then I will take you into the massage room for your body work. Are you satisfied with your all questions today? Your vegetables, your food, your dairy,
The hand exercise.
hand exercises. That's where we are going. Hand exercises.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have to make my list so I can figure out what exercises.
But we still have to finish a lot. But you can start making, now today is the 6th day.
Right.
So from 6th to the 14th day, whatever you will learn, you can do another list of it.
Right.
But you can do today as a homework. Okay. So you go on the wall.
I just don't want to forget to do things.
Do you want to use the restroom before we start, or you're good?
Right now, before I go to the massage.
Massage. Before you go to the massage. Okay. Be on the wall.
So
Okay. Take a support of the chair if you need to. Okay. Do not be wobbly. Okay. Go in between the chair and the wall, so I will be more happy. Yeah. All right. All right. Good.
okay.
All right. Now you are more confident and more stable. Okay. So. Bring your right arm up. So again, 4 steps of the breath. Okay. Inhale. I'm not doing this for you. I want you to keep your hand and support your hip, your lower back.
That's actually hard for me to do.
Okay, don't go on the lower back. Just wherever your body can. Yeah, just
like
hold.
That.
Can you do it on the hip?
Yes, here.
Just support somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, some supports. I generally like to go here and support our QL here. But in your case, you are unable to reach anywhere. So just wherever your body can be more. Support your hip joint up.
Okay.
Support your hip joint. Okay. All right. So inhale. Good. Now I'm going to bring this and grab my right wrist. Good job. Now I'm just here. In your case, I want you to just use a little bit from the top body. Do not fall. Support be in between the wall and chair. Okay. Good job. Inhale in the center and release. Now right hand comes on the hip. Just hold your hip wherever your body allows you. Left goes up. Inhale. Now get this hand and reach out to your wrist. Nice wrist. Okay. I'm grabbing very nicely the whole wrist joint. Okay. Wherever your body allows you. Now just turn to the right.
Okay.
So your left hand is going to the right side now. Inhale in the center and reach out. So now here, are you okay?
Yeah.
Now we'll just do the around the sun, okay? So again, our weak point. Inhale. So open up as much as you can, engage as much as you can, whatever way your body is allowing you at the present moment. Inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out. One more time, out. Do one more time. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, as you are right on the wall, maybe you are unable to go a little bit. Let's see if you can engage here. Okay, when you do this. And you remember we did these variations before. So on the YouTube you have all of these videos. Okay, go back and check them again and again and again. Okay, and out. Okay, so this one is the. Are you okay?
No, I don't know. We'll see.
See, doctor, listen.
Yeah.
You do so fast. I'm scared for you. Very slow. Unless and until you do the way I'm doing it,
Yeah.
it's not going to make any sense for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Just very slowly. I want your one length like 10, 1 to 10. Inhale.
Yeah.
I'm not looking in your gross body. I want to go into your subtle level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I would love to see your growth.
Yeah.
You're like this. You always do very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Very slowly. Enjoy.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my hands behind what you were just doing.
Uh-huh.
Like,
That's good.
but
That's okay. It's okay. You will get it in one day, not today, maybe in 3 months, you will be able to do very nicely. Yes, good job. And you know the rotations, what we did clockwise or anti-clockwise and all of that. So that is good. That will also open up nicely in that area. So this is one. So now, the same what we did here, we grab this, right? In the third one, what we are going to do, inhale. And I'm strong and stable and sturdy here, but you make sure you are not wobbly.
right.
Okay, I don't want you to fall. Okay, now here, and now I'm going to just bring this down and extend. So expansion, extension, that's what I am looking for. So your right hand is going to the left side of the body, and you don't have to look up. In our case, I don't want you to do that. And receive. Okay, just stay there. Whatever your body allows you. Inhale in the center. Reach to the sky here and release. Very. Always remember 4 words. Say slow. Say it.
Slow.
Good job. Systemic.
Systemic.
Rhythmic. Rhythmic.
Rhythmic. Okay.
And smile on the face.
Smile.
Now left hand goes up. See, before I reach my hand, you are already there.
Okay.
Let's do it one more time. Good. Now, so you exhale also. I'm holding 4 steps of the breath.
Okay.
I'm holding here,
Hold,
retaining.
okay.
This is your internal kumbhaka.
Okay.
Good job. Now, exhale. And now, we are going to do the external hold. External retain, Bahir Kumbhaka. So here I'm engaging all the way from the TFL. My whole aim is to extend all the way, engage all the way from here. All right? And release.
Okay.
You want some water?
No.
Go on the wall and now practice the wall one. I will give you 5 minutes to practice these 3 sets.
To do.
These 3, today's 3.
Uh-huh.
Practice it 5 minutes and then I will put your Shirodhara for you today.
Okay.
The third eye therapy, okay?
Okay.
But first do on the wall and do your paraspinals first.
Okay.
Okay? Your paraspinals. And from the bottom, engage, engage, engage. Okay? And then do today's. All
Okay.
right? And I will take you in the massage room for the third eye therapy.